Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special WandaVision Friday. We are going to be discussing here today the. I'm already dying.
He's choking up.
Hold on. All right, we got this. Oh, great start. Great Friday. Long week. Yep, I'm just choking as usual.
He's good.
Keep your
We're good.
suffocation to yourself.
I know. We're good. All right. So, yes, as I was saying before I almost died, choking on a tortilla chip from the nachos I made because it's a glorious Friday. We are going to be going over a review of the Wanda season 9, or not season 9, Jesus Christ. First season, episode 9, season finale. There we go.
Series finale. Over.
Series finale.
Done.
Well, yes, it's over and done. Besides the point, I was dying, okay?
I
Don't
know.
give me that.
I
I
know,
was
you
dying
were
from a
going
chip.
Already off the rails.
Jesus.
You got this chick staring at you from behind. I get it. You're under a lot of pressure right now.
I'm under a lot of pressure. I'm not even at home right now because, as you can see, I am mobile at the moment. So this is not the usual look you would get from me, but I'm working with what I got. I'm in another state, so it is what it is. But yes, Wanda season finale, series finale.
Series. There you go.
You gonna give me this shit the whole episode, man?
Yeah, I plan on it.
All right,
Fully
good.
intended.
Anywho, yeah, I am excited to talk about this because this is the last piece of the WandaVision series that they are doing. And I thought it was really well done. Really well done. I will go into more details here in a second. But of course, as always, we have Cody here with us.
Yo.
Over to my right. I don't know where you're seeing it from where my arm is, but he's to my right, judging by Discord. And then we have back Mason. Mason, welcome back. Thank you, man, for being here.
It's about friggin' time.
You ready to talk some WandaVision again, man?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Going. I got
All right.
thoughts.
I know we need your thoughts, man, because we've missed you the past good chunk of the episodes, but I'm glad you're back here for at least the finale. We can get some thoughts in here, other retrospective opinions other than me and Cody. So I'm excited to get into this. First initial thoughts, just to obviously get that out of the way. Out of a scale of 1 to 10, because I know Cody asked me this last time, but I don't know if we said it like on the actual audio, but he asked me before we recorded. I know that. Cody, you first, then Mason. What was your thoughts 1 to 10 on this episode as a, not just, I would say, Marvel like aspect, but like episode itself? 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Easy 12. Easy 12.
A 12?
Oh yeah. It was so good. So good.
So good, I couldn't even say it normally.
That's right. I had to change the voice.
All right, 12 out of 10. That's high praise. What about you, Mason? What'd you think? 1 out of 10.
I'm gonna go with a 7. It was good,
7.
but it could have been better.
Okay. All right. I might be siding with Mason here, and I will get into that. I would rate this out of 1 out of a 10. I would probably give it an 8. I would give it an 8. So I mean, it's not an exact happy medium between a 12 and a 7, but I'm right there at an 8. What?
Okay. Nothing.
You look like you were about to say something about the 7 and 8.
We're gonna find out why. Let's break it down.
All right. So first of all, since obviously Cody, you have given it such a high praise, I gave it a 1 to 10 rating, and you broke that scale.
Yep.
What is the reason, if you can sum it up in an explanation or like just in a quick little phrase, why it was in the extended scale of a 1 to 10? Why did you give it more than that?
I think my favorite part of this particular episode itself was that it stuck true to the actual story, and I didn't feel that anything was really forced. They didn't force in a cameo late. They didn't try to squeeze in something extra at the end to make people freak out.
Yeah.
It's Wanda and Vision's story, and they stuck true to that the entire time. Even like the surprise cameo being White Vision, which is a great troll, by the way. I don't know. I mean, I loved the whole aspect of Vision on Vision fighting. Everything. There wasn't a part of this episode where I sat there and I was like, "This is lame."
I would agree with you. I'll give you that for sure. For sure, I can give you that. Now, because obviously me and Mason gave like a 7 and an 8 rating on this, like, was there anything, just because you gave it such an amazing rating, was there anything that you thought like was missing, lacking, they could have done more with, anything like that? Obviously, we'll get into more details here, going into the breakdown from beginning to end, but like, did you think that they like dropped the ball on anything? Like, you admit at least that at all?
Yeah, there's
or
one
didn't
thing.
or didn't flesh something out.
Flesh something out fully. I mean, I think they pretty much answered everything that there was questions about.
Okay.
Besides, like, what the repercussions of what she did was. But other than that, I was pretty satisfied with the answers we got. I wanted Quicksilver to be Quicksilver, but you know.
Yeah, and obviously we'll get into that because that's one of my big points too. Okay, all right. So
this episode, I feel like it's gonna. A lot of people are gonna rate it like you did because a lot of people buy into the hype of the theories. There's so much hype around it on TikTok and social media that you just buy into it. And when you don't get anything and you get something that sticks true to the story, it kind of feels like a disappointment. But when you really think about it, like cinematically, all the episodes, like it was literally one big movie that was cut into 9 sections.
Oh yeah,
and all flowed together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, we've always said that when we watched the show that they were pretty much like mini movies, but if you piece them all together, it's basically just one big ass movie that you could probably put into, I mean, if you honestly break it down, what, 35, 40 minutes an episode, it's like 4 or 5 hour movie, something like that.
Yeah.
Probably more. So I can see that. I can see that. And since Mason, you gave it technically the lowest score out of us 3. I mean, what's the reasoning as to why that was a 7 out of 10 as opposed to Cody's 12 out of 10?
Now I'm gonna start off. I liked the episode. I thought it was good, like all the other ones, except towards, I don't know, maybe the middle point. It seemed like they like looked at their watch and like, oh shit, we got to end this, and just kind of ended the episode. In my opinion, like, oh, Agatha's now defeated, and White Vision just kind of pisses off to nowhere, like whatever, and they just kind of wrap it up and just throw it out.
Okay.
Now I know that they're going to. I guarantee they're going to incorporate the actual ending of the series into Doctor Strange, into the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
But that's really my biggest issue with it. Is it just, to me, felt like they just kind of didn't know where to really end it, so they just threw it all together at the very end and said we're done.
Okay. All right. So that was honestly, obviously, we're gonna go into the breakdown of everything, but that would be like your biggest, like, first, like, gripe about it as to why that you come to the conclusion of a 7 out of 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I agree with both of you. And we're gonna get into more of a breakdown, as I keep saying, like a fucking broken record. It's been a long week. I apologize. But yeah, I think I love the episode, hands down, best episode out of the entire series that they made. I thought it was fantastic. As far as, the characters, the acting, everything like that. I did think that they didn't flesh certain things out that I wish they would have gone more into, that they built up. Not so much like what Cody was saying as far as the hype of the show itself, because yes, I did kind of fall into that a little bit when we've been teasing the whole Luke Skywalker level reveal and all that stuff. And I get that Vision technically was that reveal, which is still a big deal because it was cool to see the whole, comparison between, fabricated Vision to actual embodiment, real Vision and all that, which is still a big deal. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I think there was more that I wish I would have seen that they hyped up within the show that they had created that they didn't really flesh out. But since this is the finale, I want to break it down as best as I can remember from beginning to end. I know we kind of get sporadic as far as talking about these episodes and just go about what's like on the top of our head. But I want to kind of break this down in like sequence. I know this episode picked up exactly where the last one left off, with Agatha sitting there, got the kids, basically on a leash in front of her, like a bunch of hound dogs trying to get to her mom. Talking all that shit, basically saying, you're the Scarlet Witch, I want your power, blah, blah, blah. I mean, did you like how, if both of you guys, whoever wants to go first, how they fleshed out Agatha actually being the witch? Because I know the last episode they teased it, they showed her a little bit being like herself, but now seeing her in full embodiment of what she really is, flying around, doing all that stuff. Did you like that depiction of Agatha that, and forgive me, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, the way that she portrayed her?
The actress, you can't remember? Is it like Catherine Hahn?
Catherine Hahn, yeah. I can't remember because, I'm just, it's been one of those
No,
days.
you're good.
I'm not even gonna lie.
I think she played it perfectly, honestly. I mean, outside of Elizabeth Olsen, I think she was the best character in the whole series.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I like the fact that at the end, they keep her around. They're definitely going to use her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you'll see her as soon as like Doctor Strange, but maybe after that movie, after everything that happens, Strange suggests maybe you should, learn from her if she agrees to it or whatever, to teach you, because you saw how quick she can learn. So,
You got something, Mason?
Oh, I think the Multiverse of Madness movie is going to be Wanda learning from Doctor Strange. Because I mean, she's more powerful than the Sorcerer Supreme, which was said in the episode. So why not learn from him at least what she could? And it's not like Agatha's really going to know. I think if they want to bring her another magic character, like break her out, like maybe Baron, like you said at the end of Doctor Strange. So use her to help do that and then get rid of her.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Here's my theory on the Doctor Strange movie. I think that Wanda's gonna start off as like the villain of the film, and Strange is gonna not even like purposely, but like in the post-credit scene, we'll cut ahead to that, when she hears her kids and thinking back to when Vision was like, I have all these memories but I'm not real, but those memories are real. So somewhere her kids are real, and there's some sort of embodiment of her children and she's hearing them, and I think she's going to try to go find them. And I think that's where Strange is going to come in and be like, listen, you don't understand what you're doing. You have to let me help you. You can't control what you're doing. But she's going to start off kind of like as a protagonist, not really a villain.
Yeah.
But what she does in the beginning, I think, is going to open up like the door for a fucking massive villain.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%. Because I mean, I know we're going to the end here with that, but when she does that, when you're thinking of like we were talking about in other episodes, as far as reviews for those episodes, we were talking about multiple Earths and Earth 616 and all these different parallel universes and stuff. My first thought when she heard her kids was hearing her actual kids from a parallel universe of herself.
Yeah.
So I think that's when she was looking through, the book and she's doing all that stuff like Doctor Strange was. I think that's what she's hearing. I don't know if it's actually the kids that she created. I literally think it's something else from a universe, which I'm assuming that's what you're getting at, right?
No, I think it's her kids. I think it's Billy and Tommy. I think you're gonna see them again. There's no way Disney's
From the Hex?
No, not from the Hex, but a physical embodiment of her children in a different universe. Not just some random kids screaming mom.
I had heard a theory earlier today that maybe because the kids seemed real, like more real than Vision did, that maybe their souls are trapped in hell and Mephisto is controlling them or has the souls and she's got to go fight them.
I'm off. I was never on it, but I still can't buy them.
I think that's a bit of a stretch also.
I would agree.
Just because of China. I mean, I said it before. I mean, China doesn't like devil shit in their movies and stuff. Yeah. So I don't think Disney, that's one of the huge markets for them. I don't think they're going to do it.
Yeah, which sucks because, it's hard to ignore that when it comes from a comic book sense, because you're like, it makes sense. But from a financial current world situation standpoint, yeah, I don't think when Cody had mentioned it to me before, it sounded pretty legit that I don't think they're going to go that direction, unfortunately, because it would be cool to see. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it would be ballsy of them to do it. But I don't see the Mephisto stuff. I know there's a lot of YouTubers and TikTok. And if I'm being quite honest with you, I think a lot of those YouTubers and TikTokers don't really know what the fuck is in the comics. So they hear that and they're like, and they just roll with it. So I honestly think that's where a lot of that built from, but that's just me.
I mean, we'll see, because a lot of the theories already, with the whole like horsefly thing and everything like that, and then she feeds the horsefly to, the rabbit, and it doesn't mean shit. And I mean, a lot of that, and we're going to get into what is almost the icing on the cake of like, teases that mean nothing, basically questioning in, Quicksilver. I mean, that even shows you that a lot of what you think doesn't mean shit with the way that they're going with it. It may be a tease and like an Easter egg for comic book, heavy people, because I know you guys have shown me or told me a lot of stuff about the comic books when we've been talking about this that I didn't even realize. Even with Agatha, I had no fucking clue. I don't think that they're going to go that route, but I think they're doing it for more fan service than anything like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Plenty of misdirects to keep people guessing,
Exactly.
keep you watching.
Ralph the Boner.
Yeah, and honestly, that was one of my gripes. Like, yeah, I get it. Like, they're not going to do exactly, or they could. We don't know. This could have just been like a throwaway that was like to like send people off the scent of that, and think like, oh, they were just doing a nod, and it's not like an actual like multiverse with the X-Men or whatever. But when they revealed that he was just a dude named Ralph Boner, and it was just like whatever, I was like, I won't lie, I was a little let down from that. I was like, God damn it, like. I even watched other people react to it, like, because I wanted to see other people's reactions, theories, and all that stuff before we even did this. And they were like, "Oh, this is it. They're going to say who he is, or we're going to get confirmation." And then it was nothing. And they were like, "Oh," and I was like, I kind of felt like that. I mean, were you guys expecting that, or were you just okay with it? Like how was that reaction?
I kind of built up to the fact that he wasn't Quicksilver. Not last episode, but the episode before that when they showed Agatha, was behind everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you kind of got that vibe. Like you were like, oh, I think he was more of a spy to like beat more questions out of her, which was dead on.
Right.
So I honestly kind of like got off that hype train as much as I wanted it to be the case.
Yeah.
I wasn't like devastated that it wasn't, because it fit the storyline that he was just some normal person, If truly, if he was Quicksilver, where in the story do you have time to explain that in one episode?
That is true.
You don't at all.
Yeah. And the fact they gave him such a joke name, Boner.
Yeah.
It's even just rubbing salt in the like, you thought it was Quicksilver, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically what they did. And I was okay with it after the fact, like I said, when they did the same thing with the horsefly and doing the Mephisto teases and all that other random stuff. I was like, all right, I get it. Like, you're just throwing it out, whatever. It's kind of a cool thing. It is what it is. But I mean, it did bum me out a little bit because I was expecting something big from him because they kept teasing him, especially with him being in the post-credit scene of the previous episode, doing the Snooper's going to snoop. And it was like they were just like making a big point of it. Another thing that was a reason as to why I gave it an 8 out of 10 was the whole Hayward situation. The Hayward situation, I felt like they were building up to something more like bigger of like a climax with him, between him and Rambo, or just him in general. And I felt like the whole ending with him like, shooting at the kids and them doing the whole, with Rambo doing her superpowers and stopping the bullets and everything like that. And then Darcy just slams into it and is like, have fun in prison. And that was the end of it. And it was just like,
wrapped up too quick.
Yeah, I felt like they like tied that off too quick, and then they could extend that later. I don't know, because obviously we're talking about stuff that the whole point of this series was to set things up. So I get that. I'll be upset later if they don't do anything further with that. But they built him up so much to be this like protagonist, this douchebag, the guy that was stirring problems, all this stuff, and then it was just like, boom, I pinned you in a car, you're done. Darcy's out, he's out. We're all wrapped up with that goodbye. And I was like, I wanted more. I wanted to see him suffer. Like, not to sound like a psychopath, but I wanted to see some suffrage from him.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my one. How did you guys take that?
That was my only issue I had with the episode.
Yeah.
Was his storyline was way too quick.
Yeah, I mean, it was all that buildup, all that like him talking all this shit and like saying all these things and like doing the whole thing with Vision and sending him in, and then it was just like, oh, we got you. I was like,
right. As a pretty big secondary antagonist, just to have him get hit by the ice cream truck and then he's arrested, just didn't seem like it was a fitting end.
Yeah. Yep.
No, and that did bother me. It is what it is. I know they were trying to cram a lot, which I was surprised with, because I know you and me, Cody, talked about this last week's episode when we were reviewing this. We thought this was going to be over an hour.
We did.
At least to an hour and 15. And when I woke up this morning and I loaded it up, it well easily could have been. When I opened it up and I saw, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, like 49 minutes, I was like,
right around there.
I was like, what? It's like, what? Why? It's like any other TV show, I'd be like, okay, whatever. But this one, I was like, this better be good. Like, that was my first thought. This better be good.
Yeah.
I mean, were you guys nervous when you saw that time frame, or did you even notice?
Pay attention, dude. I woke up before work and I loaded it up and played.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really notice, but I definitely felt like as it was going on, I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna just wrap up quick." And it's not gonna be as good of an ending as it should be for all the stuff that they were throwing at you.
Yeah, and I mean it wasn't exactly what I hoped for, but it was so solid. It was a
Mhm. Yeah.
solid ending to what they to be the
Mhm.
first step into the new phase of everything Marvel's doing. It was damn good. But like Cody said, I think I got wrapped up in that like my expectations were here, this is where they got, and normalcy is here, but I still
Right.
wanted like that extra bit.
Uh-huh.
But the fights, holy shit. Those
Yeah,
fights,
they were good. They were
Yeah.
good.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time in WandaVision and going into new Marvel stuff that I was excited to see some like full-fledged Marvel action.
Yep.
Like I won't lie, I get that Endgame vibe where I was like, let's
Yeah.
go.
The Vision
Yeah,
versus
that's one thing I
Vision.
thought the show was missing was hardcore action scenes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a lot of storyline, a lot of character building.
Mhm.
That's why, like, Wanda or the Scarlet Witch, whatever they're gonna call her from now on, she ain't going anywhere. She's gonna be a main player the rest of
Right.
this phase.
And I hope so.
I do too. I think she's great.
Oh, she's phenomenal. And I mean, I will say the shining moment in this episode for me would have to be the costume reveal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was just, well, it was
Yeah.
superb. Like
Mhm.
the look was great. The way that they revealed it was great. The whole ending moment to it was great. I mean, it
the
was just
ruins.
phenomenal.
That was just a great scene. Entire
The
scene.
ruins, I will not lie, the ruins, I did not see that coming. I thought that she was just freaking out in a fit of rage, like take it all. And I thought Agatha was just gonna like blow up because she couldn't handle all the chaos and all the
Right.
energy. And I thought that's what Wanda was trying to do, was like take it all, and just explode.
Like, I thought they were gonna just cheap it by she's Agatha sucks people's powers, so Wanda's gonna overload her and she's gonna explode, but they actually made it interesting instead of
Yeah.
just going to the like lame brain ending.
Yep. And then like Cody said with the runes, when I saw her standing, at first it didn't hit. I saw the rune behind her, but I was just like, what's this fucking symbol? I was like, what is this? And then all of a sudden it hit me and I was like, oh, she's doing the basement thing. She's doing the basement thing. And I was like, that's good. I was like, that's so smart. And then when she embodied that whole physical look, and I like how they didn't just give her the look initially like they did in the
Sexy.
Sky. It is. She looked fucking
Mm-hmm.
she looks so good. So good.
Mm-hmm.
They found a way to take that comic look and make it like modern day, just fucking
Right. It made it fit into the MCU.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. And I like how they went back and they did a nod to the whole witch trial thing when Agatha was getting her powers, and that's when they started the whole reveal. I felt like that was a nice like throwback to like this is where witches started. And then she puts her in the dream, and then she's got the thing appearing on her head, and that's when she starts realizing it. I think that tied in very well with that.
Yep.
So I don't know. It was phenomenal. I mean, I thought the look was great. The reveal was great. I mean, what stood out most for you guys? What do you think the action was the best part of this? Do you think the emotional connection between Wanda and Vision? Because I thought that was phenomenal. I mean, what was the big point that you want to flesh out on this that you thought was really well done?
When they're not cramming down stupid plot lines. Like I hate the amount of relationship drama that's in like the CW shows and all. That's why I stopped watching those. I came to see people get punched in the face, and WandaVision did a much better job of writing a relationship between two people that makes sense and isn't overly like forced with
Yeah.
stupid complications, and still punching people in the face pretty damn well.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. In this episode, I loved the action. You can't even deny it. The action from start to finish was great. I mean, when White Vision is smashing her head in, and the other Vision comes in and just wrecks his shit right away, I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. Like, we're 2 minutes into the episode. So the action was great. The costume reveal for me was like incredible. It was honestly incredible. And I liked the reveal of the Darkhold and all that, actually confirming that it was, and taking that shitty ass TV show out of the canon, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is no longer
Yep.
canon after that. Thank
Nope.
the fucking Lord.
No, I hated the way they did that book there.
Terrible.
So bad.
And then the second end credit scene showing her freaking power, like they explain it early on. Agatha, she's stronger than Doctor Strange, and then in that post credit scene, you actually physically see it, because you think when Strange is studying and everything in his Astros spirit or whatever, his physical body is always asleep and laying down. Wanda's up drinking coffee, making tea, and studying. Like, that's how powerful she is. It's just fucking mind-boggling how strong she's gonna be, and it gets me hype as fuck.
Yeah, that second post-credit scene, honestly, it took me a minute to like marinate over that. Like, I thought it was cool, but then once I really started like thinking about it, watching other people react to it, doing a little research, I was like, it's a lot bigger than I realized the first time I saw it, because I've watched the episode twice already, plus like other shit of people like dissecting it, and I was just like, God, I was like, she's gonna be a bad bitch.
I want to watch it again. Kim hasn't seen it, so I get to watch it again. But did you catch when she's studying and when they cut into that room, they start playing Doctor Strange's theme song? I was like,
yep.
Oh.
I caught that the second time. I didn't catch it the first because I was so like looking at it, and then once I heard it, I was like, oh, there it is. It's sneaking in there a little bit.
I thought for a second he might be like, you might see like it go in there and you see him like from behind, him standing there like he's with her.
Yeah.
But I mean, I loved it even better that she was in the astral space fucking studying. That was fucking
yeah, that it was a cool scene, but it was like one of those unnerving things where you don't know if she's gonna go full crazy or if she's just like understanding what she is and like taking control of it. I like that, just that unknown feeling of where they're gonna go with it to start off this next piece.
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell where she was, but it kind of looked like it might have been the mountain range in Sokovia.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
right, the city that Ultron drops.
Yeah,
but I don't know. You could be reading into it. It could be just some random mountain range somewhere. But
did you notice too? As soon as she became the Scarlet Witch, the accent was like full blown, which was awesome. Just embracing herself.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was just happy in general that they finally produced and showed her as the full-on Scarlet Witch, because I mean, she's been in how many movies already, and we know that she's the Scarlet Witch, even though she's considered Wanda and whatnot, and her brother and all that stuff. But to actually see it fully fleshed out, I was like, perfect. I mean, they did it phenomenally, and I'm excited for them to do the same thing with, not to get off topic, but like Black Widow, the other female main character that we're getting with the Avengers and everything. I'm excited for them to do the same thing, which I know was initially supposed to come out before this. And I know we already know Black Widow and yada yada, but like having her do her movie, I'm hoping it's going to be as like cool and like as entrancing as this was, to like really show like the origins to like full fleshed out. You know what I mean? Like I have high hopes for that as well, because I feel like that's going to be kind of on the same vein as being like as big as this when it comes to character development with these characters.
Especially when you've got like Captain Marvel, who's powerful just because she is.
Yeah.
Where they show Wanda is powerful because, she's working at it. She's studying. She's trying. Yeah, sure. She might have a little bit of, super special magic powers, but
Brie Larson.
She at least is trying. I agree.
You know what else this show deserves credit for too? I know it doesn't live up to the hype and everything, but they developed another pretty prominent character's origin story and kept it and made it make sense through this show with Photon. Like, at the end where she finally like uses her powers and like realizes like, okay, I do, like, this isn't just a fluke. Like, I have this ability, which the bullet thing, like seeing the bullet and like stopping through the light, that was badass.
Oh,
that was sweet.
So good.
So yeah, I think the show deserves credit for that. I mean, that's a whole new character they introduced. They did their origin story while keeping it fluent with the actual show that's going on. That's not easy to do.
But I feel like she could have helped maybe just a little more.
Yeah, she kind of sat on the sidelines a little bit.
But yeah, like, I guess I'll just keep these kids from getting shot. Yeah. But I'm done. I'm out.
Maybe she didn't really realize what she had, but
sure.
obviously she's going to be in Captain Marvel 2, which
Yeah.
first, end credit scene pretty much solidified that.
The detective, was it the same actress that plays the detective in the Netflix shows? Because she looked really familiar.
I don't know, but I thought the same thing when I saw
Okay,
her.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that thought
Yeah.
that.
I was
mean,
like, who
revealed
is that? When
she's a Skrull, but maybe she was a Skrull in the Netflix ones, and they can kind of slowly tie those in too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, and only hopefully the good ones like Punisher and Daredevil and Jessica.
God. Daredevil. I honestly believe you're gonna see Daredevil
in Spider-Man 3.
MCU. Maybe, I don't know, Spider-Man 3.
I
Maybe.
really want to be in Spider-Man 3. It'd be perfect.
It would
Peter's
make
lawyer.
sense. Be Peter's lawyer, like the comics. I agree.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be really interesting. I mean, who knows how far they're going to try to reach this stuff, considering the current, social climate we have with COVID and all the streaming and stuff like that and TV shows. You never know. You never know how much they might intertwine things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for, I wasn't a huge fan of the original Captain Marvel movie. I like it as far as the connection it has with the Marvel Universe. I'll definitely have to go back and rewatch it now that we've seen where they're trying to hint where they're going as far as, Photon and everything with that. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I did see a lot of people mention this, and I'm asking because I might not know 100%, but when they were talking about he wants to meet with you and she points up top, that was Nick Fury, right? Is that who they were nodding to? Because that's what I heard a lot of people say.
I mean, it could also be Talos, who's like the leader of the good Skrulls.
It could be, but I would assume it's Fury, just because of the end credit scene from the last Spider-Man. I mean, that's where you see him with the Skrulls up there,
Mm-hmm.
which you haven't seen that movie, so you wouldn't know that.
No, that's why I'm like, I don't know. Like,
you need to come over and tonight. Just drive over after this and pick it up.
Okay, I will. I promise. I will do that, because otherwise I'll have to rent it. Because I was gonna say I'll rent it and buy and watch it tomorrow. But yeah, I will definitely come pick up the copy. But yeah, I mean, I heard a lot of people say that. I was excited for that. Obviously I knew he was involved in the original Captain Marvel movie, but that was like technically back in time when he was younger and all that, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, I assume people are saying this right. I mean, both end credit scenes were great. They teased great things. I was expecting a bigger tease into other stuff, but we already know that they're going to be making a, Doctor Strange movie. So, I mean, I'm not going to get too upset about that, because I'm assuming they understand that we assume that's going to happen, just because of the internet alone for what it is. But can I just say one thing? I was just thinking about it because we were talking about action and all the stuff they put into this episode. The best action scene in the entire thing, which I heard someone on a React channel, which is a great react to it. He said that Wanda's Spider-Man, Agatha, when she used the magic to just throw a car at her into a fucking building, he's like, she's Spider-Man tuner.
You know what that was, though? That was like an homage to the Wizard of Oz.
When they showed the boots at the end.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a nice touch.
Was it the Wizard of Oz that was one of the movies showing in the movie theater too? Yeah.
Yep.
Because I think the director of the Doctor Strange movie was the director of Wizard of Oz.
Really?
So he had something to do with the Wizard of Oz or something.
Maybe one of the remakes.
Yeah, not the original. Not the original.
Like the 30s, dude. He'd be like a million years old.
Yeah, don't be a retard, dude.
I'm not the one who just said this guy's a time traveler.
That's not what I said.
Hey, it's the multiverse, man. You don't know.
Oh, yeah, okay. Morons.
Don't you talk shit. Don't even give me that.
Don't talk shit.
I come on this podcast full of idiots.
Oh, surrounded by idiots.
But
Be nice to me. Just a kid, okay?
Yeah, don't you hear him? He's a child right now. Don't talk.
I'm sorry,
I'm a
child.
minor, okay? Please back off.
See, folks, this is what happens when we...
Scum, you rebel scum!
Hey, at least I'm not an imperial bitch.
Shut the up!
Rude.
Oh, you gotta love when we put so much money into the show that we auto fucking beep ourselves.
Gotta use it.
Got to use it. It makes things so much better. Why is it that it makes so much better? It makes things sound so much better when it's actually silenced. It adds to the comedic value.
Sure.
By the way, we got shirts.
Yes, this was okay. I apologize. This is what I wanted to talk about before I started choking, which threw me off at the beginning of this. We just got shirts in. So we have official, as you can see with Cody merchandising them here on his beautiful, sexy Mahdi self.
Yeah.
We have the gold Cantina shirts, which if there's any interest, please let us know, because we would love for you to hear about that, or for us to hear about that from you. If you have any interest in that, you're going to see us wearing it. I currently obviously do not have it on because I'm in another state at the moment away from my computer, so I'm doing my whole mobile setup shit. But when I get back, I'm going to be meeting up with, well, before I get back, I'm going to be meeting up with him, be getting the shirts. And yeah, you're going to see those. They look clean.
Yeah.
They're clean as fuck.
Yeah.
They look so good. And I'm glad because they're not yellow, they're gold.
Right.
Liquid gold.
I love gold.
The taste of it, the smell of it, the texture. If there's any fans of Austin Powers out there, you'll know what we're getting at.
Probably not. It wasn't that big of a movie.
I know. Well, not that big of a movie. I might be old. It's fine.
Careful, too much, they'll try to cancel it.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly. We can't talk about it. Otherwise, Mr. Potato Head's first and then Dr. Evil's next.
No, Dr. Seuss.
Shag you later, baby.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. I'm sorry. We got to go in order of doctors here.
It's a house of learner doctors. When are the learner doctors going to get canceled? That's the real question.
You could be a doctor if you have a C average or an A plus average. You're still a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting too political on our healthcare system. Let's get back on here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know much more to flesh out with this, because I felt like this episode's really more of like a review on how they ended it, because the theories, there's really not much theories because we really know where it's kind of going to go. I mean, if you've done any Google searching, you really already know where it's going to go. You can look up the next Doctor Strange movie and know kind of where this is heading.
And the Secret Invasion show that they're gonna make.
Secret Invasions, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's other, but really it comes down to like as far as this review goes, when we're doing our WandaVision Fridays, like how well they actually executed this episode. And I think they did it phenomenally. Even if it might not have been exactly what I wanted, it was phenomenal, like 110%.
I
It
enjoyed it.
definitely built up enough hype, I think, so the Falcon and the Winter Soldier can just be, that looks like it's going to be action all the way through.
So pumped.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for that. Is that next week?
No, so next week is the making of WandaVision.
Oh.
That's their episode that's coming out.
Following week then?
Yes, so the week after that, Falcon and the Winter Soldier will premiere.
I'm so excited. That honestly, that movie, in my opinion, looks like a Marvel Lethal Weapon combination.
It's a show.
Or show, whatever.
I told you,
movie show.
To you all day.
I know, motherfucker. But anyways, this is basically going to be, to me, a Marvel / Lethal Weapon combination as far as the characters and how they go about it. They're just going to be riffing off each other. I mean, you saw in the trailer, if you've seen it, which I highly recommend, spoiler fucking alert, which it's a trailer, so I shouldn't have to say that. They do the whole staring contest thing, like their therapist, or as I assume the therapist is like, are you guys doing a staring contest right now? One of you blink. Like, seriously, are you children? Like, I just think it's going to be like a fun ride. It's going to be great.
I agree. It looks incredible.
Absolutely. Can't wait for it.
Now, I want to preface this. I know we all think it's going to be great, which 110%, that's easy to say. Even if it's just dumb, can't be fun, Marvel-wise, as a good filler, it's going to be fun. Do you think it's going to tease anything or fill in anything, or is this just its own standalone thing and they're not going to like really like set up nothing else afterwards?
I don't think they're going to be setting up anything super major. I think it's like we're going to find out who's going to be Captain America from this point on, and maybe who was in charge of the Avengers since Tony and the original Captain America are gone.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't think we're going to get much teased. Maybe some Young Avengers Easter eggs, just because Hawkeye's daughter is going to be in it. So
right. I can see maybe some teases of Black Widow
right
in it, but I I don't. It's hard to tell without having seen the movie.
Yeah, because this is why I also think that Billy and Tommy they're going to be back. I know they weren't in the MCU for very long. I know they're already popular characters as young kids with abilities.
Yeah,
and I think you have that getting introduced this series. The very next series, you're getting another younger Avenger who was part of the Young Avengers. I think you're slowly building those Easter eggs where we could see that maybe in the next phase there, where the Young Avengers are not maybe the prominent, but a huge role.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine if they did like a Young Avengers like TV show.
Yeah, series. I agree.
Oh yeah.
I don't think they need their own movie. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense, but
right,
their own TV series, yeah.
Yeah, almost like a non-animated Teen Titans thing,
Exactly.
like something just fun to just throw out on the side.
Exactly.
I think that would be really cool.
Exactly.
And hopefully better than the live action Teen Titans.
Oh, jeez.
So let's not talk about that, okay? Let's not talk about the CW and the things they do good and then they fucking ruin.
The Universe streaming one. That was horrible.
They might as well be CW.
Here's a question. Has the CW put out anything good since they ruined Smallville?
Arrow's the only good show.
The new Superman and Lois is good, but I refuse to watch it because it looks terrible.
Yeah.
But Smallville was really the last one that was actually good up
for
until
a
the
while.
writers.
I mean, I know Arrow I watched for like 2 seasons and I dropped out of that.
If
Smallville I
you
watched for like 6.
I'm telling you, honestly, I've never been a huge Green Arrow fan, but if you actually watch I don't know how the last season, I believe it was season 8, ended the entire thing because I only watched half of it and then I haven't gotten to the end of it. But 1 through 7, I can tell you, like full-hearted, like 110%, I thought it was a phenomenal show. From someone who doesn't even know anything about Green Arrow, take it for what it is when I say that. I'm just saying, I thought it was a great show. I thought the guy who played Oliver Queen was cool. I thought the show was cool. Yeah, it had its like CW campy fucking bullshit, yeah moments, whatever. Yeah. But I thought it was a very entertaining show. I got invested with the characters, all that stuff. So I mean, that's coming from somebody who doesn't know the source material, but I will say that it takes a lot for me to watch that many seasons of a fucking superhero I don't even know nothing about.
Yeah. Did they do Gotham?
No, that was Fox.
Yeah, because that was ass.
Yeah, they didn't do Gotham.
I liked when it was like a crime drama, Jim Gordon solving crimes, but then they tried doing Batman a little too much. I'm like, this kid looks like he's 4. Like, get him out of here.
I hated the guy that played Joker in it, which is why I didn't want to watch it. I thought that he looked like
the Joker because we're a little too scared of going totally full on into this.
Yeah, he looked like a retard. Like I don't know. I didn't like it. Not retarded in actually the medical sense. I just didn't think that he was the right Joker. I don't know. It didn't make sense to me.
Just copy and paste all the writing from the Batman animated and all the other animated shows that were on when we were kids. And just do that. Do that in all your movies and TV shows, and it'll be great.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is sad. Like that, a lot of these live action things can't live up to that cartoon.
Right.
Yeah.
Cartoon on for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting what works and what doesn't. But I mean, going from a TV show standpoint, since we've been getting, talking about different superheroes and licenses and whatnot. I mean, I thought WandaVision.
New series coming to you and Disney Plus. Actually, Disney minus.
It's the free version of Disney Plus. It's
WandaVillage.
Listen, it was.
It's just the Village movie with Elizabeth Olsen's face pasted on one chick.
It was her own village, all right? The people on the outside those are the ones we don't speak of, okay? Those are the fucking creatures in the woods.
Oh,
which
man.
are the sword people.
Speaking of animated stuff, you guys excited for the What If show that's coming out on Disney Plus?
I am.
Right.
I'm like the only one in my friend group that's like, oh yeah, I fucking love that show.
I'm iffy on it.
I can't wait for it to be out.
I'm gonna watch it, but I'm skeptical.
I'm skeptical, but I think it's gonna be interesting.
Comics, so.
Yeah, I know. The comics are always interesting with that, but I don't know.
It's just a fun little.
I just don't want that to become political. That's my concern.
I mean, it is Disney. I mean, there's a chance.
That's my concern.
Peggy Carter's going to be Captain America, so it already is.
Yeah, I know. That's my concern.
I mean,
Valid concern, but it doesn't actually matter in the overall
No, it doesn't.
MCU.
Thank God.
no.
So.
We'll see. Who knows? I mean, I think it's gonna be, I'm anticipated for it. I just don't know how I'm gonna feel about it when I see it.
Yeah. Quick question, Mason. Did you watch The Walking Dead?
I did up until like season 6. Whenever Glenn died, that was like the last time I watched it.
Oh, all right.
Spoiler alert.
I guess there was, spoiler alert.
He died like a decade ago at this
We know. I just found out the other day that there was a new episode on Sunday. I was like, oh.
What, really?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, there's still. I've been seeing advertising for it. They're like New Walking Dead. I'm like, this is going on still.
I think it was like they stopped filming because of COVID or something. So they only did like half of the last season. So there's still like a whole.
I did hear something about that.
Half to go or something. I had a buddy text me if I watched it, and I was like, no.
No.
We went to that panel in New York for The Walking Dead, and I think that was the last season I then watched.
Yeah, we did.
Mm-hmm. I haven't watched since like the 3rd season.
That's because 3rd season sucks. They're on a farm fucking ever.
I just got over it. I was like, okay, they kill someone, they survive, they move to another place. Then they get overrun, then they move to another place. Then they get over, and then eventually it was like, oh, dickhead people who are taking over places are now in charge. Now we have to move from place to place. I'm like, it's the same fucking thing. This is getting old.
You can only do zombies for so long.
Person, like, who cares?
Yeah, you can only do zombies for so long.
Yeah, before it gets old, and then it becomes a human set piece instead of zombies, and then I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out. If people aren't getting eaten, I want no part of it.
I want death.
But death, destruction.
Yes.
Which is why I like this last episode of WandaVision, because there was not death, but there was destruction and mayhem and chaos. Quote unquote.
You like how at the end of that episode too, she just leaves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No debriefing, no questioning, just.
I'm going home.
I mean, honestly, after that, who's going to tell her to stay?
Right, I'm not going to stop her.
You know, it's funny that you said that because I saw a tweet today and I was mad. I went on like a dumbass. I went on Twitter before I even watched this episode this morning. And all I see when I'm scrolling through without thinking about it is someone posts a picture of White Vision and it says, "This man really said I'm Vision and dipped." And I was like, get the hell off social media.
But you should ask, where do you think he is? Where do you think he went to?
I think he went to the Avengers compound.
To buy pants to put over his underwear because it looked like he was wearing underwear the entire time.
Kane's cool temp.
I have a feeling he's going to Wakanda. That's where he died.
Okay.
That's where he died.
I mean, that's kind of where he was
That's
created
the last
too.
place.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense. But I mean, my first thought was, the Avengers like stronghold because that's where he stayed most of the time.
Completely destroyed, dude.
But this is still the last known location of it because that's where the only reason I thought of that is I understand, but the only reason that I thought that was because they had teased or they showed earlier in the series, which is the episode before this one, where the first like real moment, or at least not real moment, but the moment they had showed and focused on was him sitting there with her TV shows and talking to her and connecting with her and understanding what made her happy. So maybe I was thinking that that's where he was like going back to.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. That's just the first thought I had.
Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong.
What about Sokovia? You could be going back there, and then you could run into her if she's in Sokovia in the cabin there in the woods.
Yeah, that could be. I just think he was trying to process everything you learn. You learn, you die, you're gonna go. That's probably the first place I'd go.
Right.
See what happened.
It's true. It's the last place that you were alive.
Start from the end.
Yeah.
It would make sense. And I mean, I want to say we were right because I mean, that's what they did in the comics as far as like him fusing with the other Vision and how they did it in the comics with him getting his color back and stuff. I did like that they actually touched on that as far as like, him downloading his memories into him and basically he didn't take the colors over, but he like gave him the thoughts and became Vision again. So I did like how they actually like did it in their own way, I guess.
Yeah, they modernized it. And it worked.
They could also be going to see the Hulk, because Tony Stark's dead, and the only one left alive is the Hulk that helped create him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, like I said, this sets up a lot of different variables, but honestly, I figured that this was going to be more of a review on how they executed the ending, because this is the first big thing we've had Marvel related since the movies, you know, with Endgame and stuff.
We got to wait a year for fucking Doctor Strange to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't remind me. I want to see that so bad now. Like, this honestly makes me like impatient for anything else.
It's
Marvel.
gonna be weird to see Spider-Man 3. Like, you would imagine that Doctor Strange is gonna be happening before Spider-Man 3, right?
I would assume.
So it's kind of like we're jumping back and forth in the timeline.
Right, because it's all screwy now.
Yeah, could add to the madness. Oh my god.
The multiverse of madness.
Execute Order 66.
In your anger, you seem to have killed her.
No.
But yes, this. If you want to sum up this entire series that they had, it was madness.
Madness.
And don't mind me if I'm looking down. I apologize. My dog, you know, being that I'm in a mobile state right now, my dog is over here, so I'm trying to give her attention so she doesn't bark while we're doing this episode. Give me the love
tonight.
Are we the Lion King?
Always. Always.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's a nod to fascist Disney.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywho, but yes, you know, not to talk ill of the people who made this amazing show, or, you know, at least financed it. This was a great series. I don't think there's much more, unless you guys can think of anything that we can flesh out from this, other than, you know, we all agree that it was great. It was a great way to end it, great way to set up the next phase of Marvel, and I'm really looking forward to what they have in the future. I hope they don't flop on Doctor Strange. I don't think they will, because the first one was really good, in my opinion. I'm assuming you guys think the same.
Yeah. I really like Doctor Strange, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of high hopes and expectations with the new Doctor Strange, now that this show and series has put in expectations to really fill in, like, we're getting this ball rolling.
Yep.
So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see how it goes.
Yeah.
But as always, like Cody teased, and I screwed up in the beginning because I was choking to death on a tortilla, which seems to be a running theme in this episode. So be prepared for blooper things, because we're working on that. Make sure you have TikTok on your phone. There's going to be TikToks going out. I know we have all of our social medias, which I was going to throw in the beginning, like I've been trying to do. But again, I almost died. We have our Discord, which we always want people to join. We have currently, let me check live here, I think we have 36 organic members. We would love to see more of you in here. We know we see a lot of people on Facebook that are seeing everything. Obviously, we have Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Discord, all that stuff. I'm working on TikToks as we speak, writing down some ideas, some fun promo stuff, actual behind the scenes bloopers of like fucked up shit that happens in these recordings that sometimes we put out live and sometimes we don't. As you're going to see in this one, you saw me choking. There might be other funny choking bloopers. Who knows? Definitely look out for that. If you can see on TikTok, search up Cantina Corner. We're probably going to have that up. Cody is wearing our beautiful merch, as you can see. I wanted to preface that in the beginning. Fucking gold plated Cantina Corner shirts. If you are interested in that, please let us know. We're going to start working on other stuff, you know, beer koozies, shirts, hats, all that type of stuff. But we want to know what you fucking want, because we only want to make shit that people actually want to buy. We're not going to make a bunch of shit that's just going to sit there. We want to know what you want. If you want it, we're going to make it and you can fucking buy it.
Yeah.
We would love to say. Mason wants all of it. There you go. Mason, give us an endorsement for Mason, give us an endorsement for merch. What do you want?
All of it. I want cups. I want stickers. I want a house that says Cantina Corner on it. I want a corner of a building that says Cantina Corner on it. I want everything.
Yes.
I want to go to Cantina and steal the Moss Isley Cantina that's there and rename it Cantina Corner.
We got ourselves.
And we will serve your kind.
We will. No one gets their hand chops off by a lightsaber. We will serve everybody.
That's got to be a staple.
Hey, I got a lightsaber around here somewhere.
Every 30 minutes, someone's hand is chopped off.
Friends not liking you negligence. All Star Wars nerd humor for you there, but yes, that's going to wrap up our final episode of the WandaVision reviews and recordings. Cody with his fucked up voice is messing me up. That's fine. But yeah, this has been fun.
I apologize.
Go ahead, tell the people.
Sorry, people. Hey, all you people.
Hey, all you people.
Won't you
Hey,
listen
all
to
you
me?
people to me.
Hashtag SpongeBob.
Hashtag SpongeBob Lives Matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been fun. I'm looking forward to doing more episodes on different series and movies. Obviously, expect a Winter Soldier Falcon review. We're going to be doing that every episode, just like this shit. And I would love if Mason could be back for that as well, being our outside Marvel info aficionado.
I'm pretty sure I'm inside, but okay.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure I'm inside, but okay.
It's fine.
Yeah.
We'll talk about secrets.
Okay.
But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you had a wonderful fucking week. I hope you have a Marvel fantastic weekend. And we will see you on Monday for current events. But also make sure we're gonna have new stuff coming out in the pipeline. So this Monday, Wednesday, Friday that we have between Monday current events, Wednesday on baseball, Friday on our Marvel love, there's going to be new stuff coming down the pipeline. So definitely check that out. If you have any ideas, hit us up. If you want to be on the show, hit us up. If you want to interview, if you're a streamer, if you're a YouTuber, let us fucking know. We would love to work that out with you, and we will see you next time.
Peace.